After rumors among the political circle that NASA flag bearer Raila Odinga will boycott the polls if the 12 irreducible minimums are not adhered to, today he made good his threat by withdrawing from the fresh polls.
All will be best served by NASA vacating its presidential candidature in the election scheduled for 26 October this 2017.
It is alleged that his decision to boycott from the polls came hours after the Electoral Commission sent a letter to him informing him that it cannot meet all his demands, including having another firm other than Al Ghurair print ballot papers and the exit of IEBC CEO Ezra Chiloba.
On the part of the IEBC to undertake any changes to its operations and personnel to ensure that the illegalities and irregularities that led to the invalidation of the 8th August 2017 do not happen again.
According to the opposition leader Raila Odinga in 2013, the Supreme Court expanded the meaning of Article 138, subsection 8, to include withdrawal of a presidential candidate. Therefore, he requires the commission chaired by Wafula Chebukati to conduct fresh nomination as provided for in the Election Act 2011, section 13, subsection 1.
Our candidate's withdrawal, the election scheduled for the 26th October stands cancelled. Our withdrawal from the election requires the IEBC to cancel the election and conduct fresh nominations.
Look at the law as it is at the moment. We do not anticipate a situation where during a repeat presidential election, one candidate willingly decides to opt out. So really, we are probably staring at one of the most challenging constitutional crises if he decides to make true his threat.
According to Odinga, who was accompanied by his co-principals, IEBC has refused, neglected or failed to put in place mechanism to correct the illegalities and the irregularities that were cited in the Supreme Court ruling.
It's not shambolic, it was rigged for Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta lost the election, it stands to reason that we won it. We deem that the fresh election ordered by the Supreme Court cannot therefore be held, allowing the candidature of Raila Odinga and Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to lend credence to the election now scheduled is to participate in an illegality.
This decision comes even after NASA leader Raila Odinga having been given 4 days to respond to a petition filed in court to compel him to participate in the repeat presidential election later this month by Pokot South Member of Parliament David Poksing.
I think the Jubilee side has already foreseen a situation where Raila decides to opt out or abandon the repeat presidential election, which then will complicate the matrix. And that is why the West Pokot Member of Parliament wants the court to compel him to obey the decision by the Supreme Court. But I'm not very sure whether it's been filed in the right fora, because this is an order which has been done by the Supreme Court.
Even as NASA withdraws from the polls, the main outcry was the election changes that are being debated by Parliament. History has been made following the decision by NASA leader Raila Odinga to boycott the October 26th poll, but be it as it may, Kenyans will have to be led by the Speaker of the Chief Justice since the constitutional mandate of President Uhuru Kenyatta to rule will have ended by November 1st. Irene Mwangi, KUTV.